Welcome to LMCM, Lunch with LMCMs, everyone. We are so glad you made it. And today we have our very, dear product manager, Kaustav, who's always there 24/7 in the Bucks channel, solving our queries, solving our issues for the platform that we are using to build our respective communities. So yeah, Kaustav, stage is all yours to come and talk about what's new, what's exciting, and how can we help you to make the product better.
Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be discussing a couple of things that we are releasing within this week. And then I'll also give you guys a perspective on what's coming in the next month. And after that, we can sort of open the floor to any sort of suggestions, bugs, or queries that you guys have. And we can take it forward from there. Okay? Awesome. So first thing that I wanted to discuss was, now that we have started paid communities, we're facing a lot of issues regarding who has paid us, how do we add these members to the communities. There's a lot of back and forth that is happening, and we've started building solutions in that. The first thing that we have released yesterday is that whenever a user makes a payment, let's say they come on your community website, they click on join community and basically make a payment. Once they make a payment, they'll get this payment successfully received page, and in that would be a joining link for your community. So they can join your community directly from there. You wouldn't need to actually send these details to the members that have paid. Right now, however, you still need to take keep a check on the sheets that are shared with the paid members list, so that you can approve the correct members. Moving forward, we are going to release another small feature, which is going to basically send you notifications as soon as somebody has paid, and the person who has paid would essentially, get a link that wouldn't require an approval. So that's the next step on building on this. And the aim is that towards the end of this month, we want to sort of smoothen out all the basic communication issues and update issues within this flow. That is, users come in, they make a payment, they directly get a link. You also get an update, okay, this user has made a payment. They join on the app, you can start interacting with them. And if there are any sort of renewals that need to be done, they are informed within the app without having the need for you to sort of go and inform them, hey, your renewal is pending or something like that. All of that would be streamlined as we move forward. The next is message reactions. I had discussed this last time as well. So this would be released by tomorrow on all the platforms. It's already live on Android, and we would be releasing the iOS build as well by tonight or maximum tomorrow morning.
Also, I think it got live on iOS as well. Natesh just told me a few minutes back.
Okay, it's already. Oh, perfect. Awesome. So yeah, now you can react to all the messages and leverage a lot more sort of interesting formats of communication within your community. So you could play emoji games, you could take opinions on the basis of these reactions. A lot of fun stuff can be done. So what I would sort of request you all would be, within the LMCM community, let's try to create a chat group where we are discussing new fun ways to use this feature. So whether if you are playing some sort of emoji games, if it is an entertainment community, you could get them to guess a particular movie depending on a particular set of emojis. Right, or it could be that you are getting their opinions on different issues or small discussions that you want. Right, so all of that can be done through the app now. Another thing that we want to build on moving forward on this is we want to feature the most reacted messages and incorporate it as a part of gamification within the product. This is the long-term perspective on this feature, but right now you can already get started with the games and the reactions in the app. So all you need to do is long press on a message. This particular tray of emoticons would come in. You can select the particular emoticon that you want to react to, and it would appear something like that. It's very similar to what you would have seen already on Insta or other platforms. So we are just trying to create new formats of engagement for the users, and you guys can start leveraging it moving forward. So yeah, explore this feature today. Start sort of experimenting, and especially discuss with other community managers how they are utilizing this feature within the community, which would sort of ensure all of us have like really good engagement within our communities. Any questions in that?
Yeah, so Kaustubh, I would just like to ask if, so these are the features which is about to come, right? Or has it been like
So
on
both
board?
of these things that I've discussed today have gone live. They're already live. You can
Okay,
update
they're
your app and
already
start
live.
using. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think I need to update the app and then
Yeah.
I will be able to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you'll be able to start using it. If you have any issues, please reach out to me. Okay.
Okay.
Of course,
Yeah,
I
thanks.
just have a doubt regarding the
Yeah.
previous feature you told, like the people doing a payment will get a specified
Yeah.
link to join our
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
So I was just asking if they send this link to someone other or do something like that. So also they will get joined, or is it open for just one people?
Yeah. So how this works right now is that when they go and click on the link, they'll be able to request you guys. They'll create a profile on the app within your community, and they'll send you a member joining request. So within your member directory, you'll be able to see all the users that have requested to join, and it's your prerogative to approve the right ones, to
Actually,
decide on which.
that's the same way we are doing things right now. Like they send us a request, we approve.
Yeah. So right now, but what happens is for them to even get this link is a process, right? It takes a bit of time after making a payment for them to get this link. So we are first solving that small problem. The next thing that we are building on is they would get auto approvals. So you wouldn't need to basically approve that. And like that should be out by next week. That's the target. So what we want to sort of the approach that we are following with the whole subscription product is that as soon as a small part of the process is solved, we are going to release it rather than waiting for the entire product to be built. So that incrementally, week after week, you guys would continuously see improvement in the process, right? And it will make your life easier as we move forward, rather than waiting for a month and then releasing a whole thing. That's the philosophy that we are following here, because as we talk to a lot of community members and our own team members, we realize that there's a lot of friction that you guys are going through, and we don't want you guys to sort of keep on tackling that for another one, waiting for a big release. So yeah, two things, just to recap, two things released. Users making a payment would directly get a joining link. You guys would have to approve this member request. Second is message reactions. Users can long press on a message. They'll basically get this tray, and they can select the respective emoticon and react to messages. You'll need to update the app for message to use the message reactions feature. It's available on iOS and Android both. Okay. Next thing is I wanted to discuss the long-term sort of roadmap. It's not really long-term, but what we are essentially going to do in the coming month, a broader perspective on that. All right. So in the coming week, coming week or 2 weeks, we are going to essentially release chat room improvements on iOS and Android. What that would do is, first on Android, we are smoothing out the process. So a lot of times when you tap on a notification, that message is not right away shown in the chat, right? Sometimes you have to switch between chat rooms to see, okay, what was that latest message? Or if you send a message, sometimes there's a bit of delay, or the home feed is not 100% updated all the time. So all those small frictions would essentially require a bunch of optimizations on our backend and in our APIs, which we are which we have started working on, and we should be able to sort of send you guys an update on this in the coming 2 weeks. On the iOS front, we are essentially rebuilding the entire chat room. So all the features that have been there would be re-architected given the current needs. The reason for that is when we built the iOS app for the first time, the chat room part specifically, we were a very different product back then. right? And a lot of new features depending on the request coming in have been added to it, which has caused the performance of the chat room to sort of decrease over time. That's why we are re-architecting the entire thing and making sure all the current needs and some of the future needs are incorporated within that, and it becomes a smoother experience for you all. Next thing is micro polls, which is basically within a particular chat room you can add n number of polls rather than having to create multiple chat rooms for each poll. This feature itself would sort of smoothen out the process when you want to take opinions on the go. And this could also be used for running quizzes or having some sort of fun activities where you want to sort of collate, okay, what do you guys think about this? So some of the examples, for example, we have a football community on our platform, and if a league is coming up, you can list down all the matches and the teams playing in it, and ask members to vote which particular team is going to win in this match. So such sort of engagement activities can be run around this particular feature. Next is subscription management support. So the feature that I earlier discussed, where users are starting to get the payment links, or rather the joining links on the payment page, is part of that. The idea is to smoothen out the entire process of subscription, which wouldn't require any manual effort from you guys or the operations team within LikeMinds. So that's what we are targeting with this. The first version should be released, the first version of this should be released towards end of April, and we are going to build on top of that in May as well. Next is onboarding changes. So the thought of this, like doing these changes, came about when I was doing a bunch of feedback calls with our community managers, and then with some of the users that had joined in but weren't using the app. The feedback that we got was that a lot of people don't fully understand what the app is about, and it takes them a bit of time to grasp, okay, this is what I should do within this community. Whether is what are chat rooms, how to interact between chat rooms, how do I engage with different members in the community. All of those things need to be sometimes broken down by the CMs over call to their members. So that is what we are targeting to solve with these changes. Another thing that we are sort of incorporating within this is discovery of chat rooms at the first level. So initially, when the users join in within a community, they need to go through the community feed to come across what were the interesting conversations that were happening earlier. And a lot of these conversations could hold a lot, like huge value for these new members, right? So we want to highlight those conversations right at the forefront when they join the community. So they are able to, understand, okay, this is what this community is about, and this is what I'm going to get out of it. So earlier, the aim there is to basically solve for members that drop off during the first 7 days. They join in, they see a few things on the app, and they are like, okay, maybe this is not enough for me. Most of the times what happens is they did not even understand what was there for them. And that's what we want to highlight with this. Any suggestions in any of these would be really helpful. Please feel free to stop me in between and suggest whatever you think might be a better option. So we are going to add the P2P messaging feature in May. This has been widely requested by multiple community members. The idea is that you could have individual conversations with other members, and community managers could have conversations with individual members in the same place. So this would be basically direct messages. There are a couple of things that we are sort of solving in that front, where we would in the coming days we are going to get on calls with them to totally with you all to totally understand what are the requirements for your communities. So sometimes it might be that some community managers prefer that, hey, I want to be able to talk to my community managers on an individual basis, but I don't want them to interact with each other. Or there might be that they should be able to only interact with community members within a community. So all those questions, we have developed our opinions on it, but we still would sort of like your feedback on that, and we'll reach out to you in the coming weeks to help understand your perspective. Next thing is image management. So basically this is building in a better gallery within the product. So right now the gallery that you see in the product is pretty rudimentary, where you essentially see all the file folders within your phone. So we want to streamline that experience and make it more user friendly, so that a lot more images could be shared within your community, and it becomes even more engaging. The third thing is GIF and file support. So right now we are already supporting PDFs. We want to incorporate a couple of more other formats and also add GIFs, which are like, personally, I love them. They're a lot engaging way to sort of express yourself. And that's what we want to sort of bring to the LikeMinds app as well. So also, if you have like particular, GIF keyboards that you use, please feel free to share them. We would love to incorporate them within the product. And the last thing that is there is subscription management, which is, this is where we are essentially going to work on the renewals. Sorry, just give me a second. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing is the subscription management V2. This is where we are going to work on the renewals part. And here the users would be informed, hey, your renewal is coming up. If they haven't renewed themselves, they would be given a lapsing period where if they don't renew, they would be removed from the communities. So all those things would essentially be, incorporated within the app without having need for any manual intervention. One more thing on the iOS front is that right now we don't have search feature in the iOS app, and we are going to bring that in May. So the only thing that has been holding this bit for so long has been the chat room revamp. So we wanted to sort of clear up the basics really good and then build on top of that, rather than incorporating another feature on top of a old architecture. So towards the end of May, you can sort of expect that you'll be able to search chat rooms within the iOS app as well. One front that I haven't talked about and is clearly visible is the web product. So right now we have started internal testing of the web product. There are some bugs that we are dealing with that we want to sort of solve for. Once that is done, we would be releasing the web version of the like an updated web version of the LikeMinds app with a lot more features than what are currently available. So we are going to have like a soft release with it just for the community managers, and then later add in end users as well. So we'll be announcing the release date in some time. Right now, once we have clarity on the current issues, we can give you a clear timeline.
Thank you so much for making it
Thank
custom.
you.
I think there were some really cool features.